Dave. He's a Villa fan. He was at the game, right, Dave?
Right, Dave-o.
Evening, gents. How are we?
I'm all right,
matey.
Dave. I'm all right. It's a killer blow, that one at the end.
Yeah, so that hurt. It was a big day for my son today. He's a 7-year-old Aston Villa fan. His first away game, Alfie, in the car.
Oh.
So that hurt. But we managed to keep the tears at bay, which was quite impressive. So yeah, gutted, absolutely gutted.
What's his name?
Alfie.
Alfie.
Oh.
How you feeling, Alfie?
Good.
Good.
Shout, mate.
All right, well, Alfie, get you. Don't worry, Alfie. There's been plenty more of them down around the corner, mate. That's what football does.
Yeah,
Build your
I know.
hopes. Don't worry.
Well, he's going to Wembley on Saturday as well,
Yeah.
so hopefully we can
Oh,
get
dear.
a better result there. Because Crystal Palace, we're due to beat Crystal Palace. They're a bit of a bogey side for us, so it must be our time to beat them.
Well, I hope for Alfie's sake you go there and get something, because poor old Alfie will think, is this what it's like to be a Villa fan?
Well, yeah, trust me, I've had 30 years of it, so yeah, he's...
You know what, though? I thought Villa played well, mate. I have to be honest. I thought they played well. Like, a draw was a fair result overall, I have to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've touched on it, but I think that the Disassi sort of substitution and the way Pep probably saw that, I think he got skinned, to be honest with you. He's a centre-half trying to play right back. He's a big lad.
Dives in.
Yeah, and when he's up against a player of Doku's class, he took him to the cleaners, really, and skinned him.
Well, he made Doku's mind up by dangling his foot, and Doku was like, you think you're going to get in, then I'm off. And once he goes past you, Doku, he stays past you. There's not many catch him.
100%. What he should have done was probably cleaned him out, like the caller said earlier, and just got the yellow card. Because we were defending well. I mean, they had a little stack of corners, stack of free kicks, and we were defending well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had a chance of getting one on the break. But yeah, we've had another fantastic season. As a Villa fan, it's not that long ago we were playing Barnsley at home in the Championship.
Yeah.
So we're never going to know. The situation we've got now, we're going to the semi-final of the Cup. There's no reason why we can't get to the final. And if we play either Forest or Man City in the final, I'll probably get ahead of myself. Why not?
Listen,
I've got the violin out.
You've got the violin. It's coming out. What do you make of the Watkins situation? Because
that was another one. I heard Jack earlier say that he didn't rate Watkins. Well, I don't understand where he's coming from. I think he gives 100% for Villa every time.
Yeah.
I love when he's come out of the weekend and said he was absolutely gutted and he wanted to play against PSG. He was fantastic against Newcastle, and I think he was really unlucky tonight to not get the start.
Yeah.
Yes, Rashford played well, but it'd been nice to see Rashford play on the left and Watkins up top. Maybe kept Rashford on and gone for it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that a criticism of Watkins is unjust. He's a 100%er for Villa.
Why do you think he's not playing him, though? I get he wants to play Rashford down the middle, but I think Rashford, when he first came in, he was starting on the left. Now he's putting him in the middle. And is there not a way you can... I just feel like you want to get them two players on the pitch. I think Watkins is a goal scorer.
Yeah.
He gets you goals. Rashford looks sharp tonight. Is there not a way you can get them two players playing together?
I think the only way you do it is by playing Rashford down the left. I think in the past he's not really gone for the two up top. It's never really worked, and I think he's always pretty nervous to do that. But yeah, I mean, I suppose when you look at it, Watkins does miss his chances, but what striker doesn't?
Yeah. Everyone misses chances.
Exactly. What you've got to look at is who do you replace him with then? Okay, you sell Ollie Watkins, Rashford goes back to Manchester United or whatever. Who? Go on then, Alf.
And then you don't come back up.
Exactly, mate.
And then you have none, so you can't pull a striker.
Right.
Fancy your job, talk sport, Alf.
The reason what I would say with Ollie Watkins, he must be angry at the moment being left on the bench. And I get it, Rashford comes in and Rashford's a big player, he's a big name. He's only on loan. Ollie Watkins is your star player. He's your guy.
Exactly.
He's your record goal scorer. He's Villa through and through. Yeah. He's been there from the start. He's banged in goals. He's got us to a level where, with Unai Emery, he's built that football club, Champions League football. And then he must be sitting there thinking, hold on a minute, you've got rid of John Duran. And, he was keeping Duran out the team sometimes. Duran played sometimes, but Watkins still deserved his shot. Rashford comes in, all of a sudden he's playing in front of him. He must sit there and think, he might not even be here next season. He's here, really and truthfully, Rashford is here for a shot win. It's a shot window for him. Everyone does it. You go on loan. You need to get your career back on track. He's a big player. I'll be surprised if he's at Aston Villa next season, Rashford. I will. So Watkins must be a bit annoyed that a lone player's playing in front of him.
Definitely. I mean, you've always said don't fall in love with your own players because, 9 times out of 10 they go back to their own clubs.
Yeah.
What do you reckon he'll do at the weekend? What do you reckon he'll do at the weekend then? Because he's, at the moment, the big games you've had of late, and I know Newcastle's a big game, but the 2 PSG ones and tonight, he's gone with Rashford. It's a big game at the weekend. How do you see him playing it?
I think he'd probably go with Rashford again, because he had a good... You can't say he didn't have a good game tonight.
There was lots of problems.
He really played well.
Yeah.
He gets stuck in, he comes back to tackle. That's exactly what the United fans were saying. He doesn't try. Far from it. Yeah. He's tried since he's come through the door. Yeah. He's moved into Birmingham. He gives us 100%. I'm not going to say that. But, yeah, like you've rightly said, Ollie's our player. Rashford's a lone player in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley.
Trouble
for me, Ollie gets the nod, but I think he'll go with Rashford.
Problem is, whenever you get a lone player coming in, right, the lone player comes in for a reason to play, right? So he's going to get in front of someone who's a contracted player.
I didn't expect Rashford to come in and Ollie Watkins be on the bench.
No, I think what we all expected was one down the middle, one down the left.
That's what I thought. I thought, Asensio was a 10, which I think he's done well. He's come in, he's done really well. Tillman's, I think, had a great season. I thought it was going to be Rashford on the left, Watkins up front, Morgan Rogers on the right. I thought that was going to be the lineup, but it seemed, Unai Emery, he's obviously not quite having Ollie Watkins.
No, he's not. Well, clearly.
Because he keeps leaving him out. Dave, thanks for your call. Let's go to another Dave. He's a Villa fan. All right, Dave?
All right, Dave-o.
Hi, you all right, lads?
Yeah, we're good.
I haven't actually watched the game tonight. I've listened to your commentary because, believe it or not, I'm working. I'm a care and support worker, but that's by the by. Right. The reason for the call is I'm obviously rather annoyed with the fan who phoned up earlier criticising Ollie Watkins in the manner that he did.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Obviously, I've been a season ticket holder for years, and let me tell you something. Ollie Watkins gives everything for that shirt and always has done. He's a tremendous player. I always like players myself who give everything. And obviously, in that respect, that lad can never be criticised because that's exactly what he does. Now, people are talking about him not playing at the moment, but what people are forgetting is the fact that he's come back from injury, right? So he's been out a little while injured, and then he's come back from injury. Now, I think Emery, who I think he's also the best manager in the league, by the way, but I'm biased.
Yeah, you are biased.
Because obviously, when you think about the money that Villa have to spend on players, etc., we can't compete with the likes of Chelsea and Man City. And
they've brought in Rashford in a sense.
The commercial revenue that they have. But we've done exceptionally well with a very, very good manager.
To be fair, all those teams you mentioned ahead of you. I know.
Dave?
Say that again.
Oh, I'm just saying those teams you mentioned at the moment are ahead of Villa.
Yes, they are. They're definitely ahead of Villa. We're catching up at the moment.
Yeah.
And when you think of where we were 3 years ago before Emery come in, it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm gutted tonight by the result because I said beforehand I would have been happy to take a point and keep in touch with Man City and the others. But unfortunately, it was a bit of a disaster losing sort of like that late on in the game.
Yeah.
But
dives in. Why is he diving?
I just want to say that I think it's still a fantastic time to be a Villa fan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't like people sort of like criticising the manager just because we've lost tonight or criticising the players.
No, I agree. I agree, mate. I don't
think anyone's criticising him. I think we can look at some of the decisions he made and putting Dizazi on at right back at a time where Pep Guardiola then recognised he felt a weak link, and to put Doku on there, we had a conversation when Doku come off. We're thinking, does Doku ever do enough? He looks more threatening at times than he is.
Yeah.
Once he's gone past you, you ain't catching him, mate.
No,
you're not catching him.
But for me, I looked at that whole moment there, and it looked like to me. It was a centre half playing right back.
That's where the game changed.
And Pep Guardiola, his in-game management, he showed his class, and that moment he'd done it, and it's worked for him, and they've got the result. it's a disappointing one for Villa, and maybe Unai Emery will look back on it and go, maybe got that one wrong. But I think Matty Cash is a good defender.
The problem is that obviously people have criticised Matty Cash defensively this season.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Got done for the first goal.
So at the end of the day, we might have a problem in the right back area, but he's another one, Matty Cash, that gives everything for the shirt.
Yeah, of course he does.
But unfortunately, obviously maybe he wouldn't have dived in like Disassi did, but nonetheless, Doku can strip anybody, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Doku's a good player. He's gone past him. It's one of them. It's unlucky. It's one that you take it on the chin. You have to just deal with that one. Disassi will look back and go, shouldn't have dived in, but listen, we've all dived in, haven't we? Dave, thanks for your call, mate.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.